I'm Brian Van, SportbikeTracker.com, and today we're going to break down our driven bar end install on our 2018 STG GSX-R1000R project bike. End of the day, this is a really basic install, but there are some tips I'm going to give you here that are going to be valuable for you. First thing I want to show you is this. On this Suzuki, okay, over here on the throttle side and over on the clutch side, you're going to notice there is a little gap between the bar end and the grip itself. Focusing primarily on the throttle side, okay? The throttle tube ends right here. I've already put a set of the driven Superbike grips on this bike previously. Okay, this stock throttle tube is a little different than we're used to seeing. It's not just a smooth surface. It has a rib here on the end that kind of captures that OE grip, all right? With any bar in or clip-on install, it's super important that you have a good, safe gap between the rubber grip and the bar end or clip-on so you don't have any contact or friction, no possibility of creating a scenario where this is going to stick. This thing sticks, especially on this rocket ship. You are in deep and you don't want that, okay? So, with this install, there is an adapter you have to use for the Suzuki. It's the driven Suzuki bar end adapter for the 1718 GSX-R1000. We'll have a link to that in this video as well. They have multiple bar end styles that will work with that adapter, okay? This is the SS that I chose. It's got a little weight to it. It'll help manage vibration. Also, I'm going to show you how to use thread locker on this. A lot of vibration in this area. If you don't use some sort of thread locker, you're risking the possibility that this stuff vibrates loose and falls out. If you like what you see and you want to order a set and you want to see what I did to install these, just stay tuned. It's a really short video. Okay. Here is how the bar ends come packaged, right? With this bike, you need the Suzuki bar end adapter to get it to fit into the stock clip-ons. If you have aftermarket clip-ons, oftentimes this will work. We've got a whole chart on the website with each driven bar end that shows you what you're going to need. But to illustrate here, in the OEM clip-on, yeah, that ain't happening, okay? So what I did is I removed the nut, the rubber spacer, and both washers from the bar end itself. We're going to keep all that in case down the road I do install a set of aftermarket clip-ons. That way I have all of it, and I'm able to go ahead and put it on the bike without having to buy anything else. There is a fair amount of vibration in this area. For that reason, best practice would be to use some thread locker before we install this adapter. Just a little bit of blue is all this is going to take. Go ahead and run this down. We will also put some on the adapter itself. Like so. Doesn't take a lot. And from here, just thread it in. And this is all just tightened by hand, okay? There's no reason to do any more than that. What I really want to illustrate is here on the throttle side. You can see I've already replaced the grips. And the way the GSX-R 1000 throttle is, it has a lip on the very end right here for the grip. It is so unbelievably important that you don't ever do anything in this area that could allow the grip to come in contact with the bar end or the clip-on tube itself. For that reason, Suzuki designed the throttle tube this way. The OE grip fits just a little bit differently, okay? And for Driven's perspective, they need to make sure that they're not doing anything with their aftermarket bar ends that would create any conflicts here. So if you have a little bit of a gap in this area, even if you don't 100% love it, you want it more flush, trust me when I tell you, that is the right way to do it. Safety first. Don't ever do anything that would possibly cause your throttle to bind. Now we'll go over and check the clutch side install. Okay, over here on the clutch side, same gig, 10 mil internal hex. Oh man, look at all the water I spilled on my shirt. It's like I got a hole in my lip. Okay, go ahead and thread this out. Same thing we did on the other side now. This is really basic, and you know, realistically what I'm trying to do here, trying to encourage the use of the thread locker with this, because man, there's a lot of vibration in that area, and I can't tell you how many people over the years have purchased bar ends only to have them fall out because they didn't take the time to install them correctly. Go ahead and thread that adapter on. And with this adapter, you don't need to make sure that this is super tight against the bar end. Okay, just thread it on, you're going to be good to go. A little bit of thread locker there. And I also wanted to illustrate, you're going to have a little gap between the grip and the bar end. That needs to be there, especially on that throttle side, man. If you've got that throttle side all flush, guess what you got? You got a big problem. Okay, snug that up. Before we ride the bike, we will let the thread locker harden, okay? And that's just going to ensure that we're not going to have an issue where our bar ends vibrate out. Very clearly you can see. Not so bad, super sexy. Look great, available in multiple colors, and Driven has many different style bar ends to choose from to customize the bike and give it the look that you prefer. I'm Brian Van, SportbikeTrackGear.com.